Hey guys, today I want you all to meet someone. He is very hardworking, smart and sincere guy. He never takes leave and is always very punctual and effective in his work. In fact, the way he works sometimes you do not even notice. His name is Mr. Inflation and unfortunately he is a thief. So in today's video, I'll explain you everything about Mr. Inflation. Hi, I'm Nishan and welcome to the School of Personal Finance. This is chapter 103 in our basics series. So far, we have covered two videos. The first one was related to assets versus liabilities and the second one was related to compound interest. If you have missed watching any of these videos, then I'll suggest you to click on the I button at top of the page and watch the videos. They are very useful and informative. And yes, do remember to like, subscribe and share my channel. That will keep me motivated and help me create better content for everyone. Now let us start with today's video. So let's first understand who Mr. Inflation is. Mr. Inflation is someone who makes you poor, and he does that by reducing your purchasing power. So whatever was your purchasing power a few years back, or whatever you used to get in a 100 rupee note some time back, today you will not be getting that. Very simple example. 1 month back, for a 100 rupee note, you used to get more than 1 liter of petrol. But today, 100 rupee note will give you only 1 liter or not even that sometimes. This is inflation. There is a concept called rule of 72 which explains in how much time your money will develop. So if there is a rate of 6% interest, then what you do is you divide 72 by 6 and basis that you can say that in 12 years your money will double. Now let's use that instead of interest, let's use that 6% in inflation term. So what will happen is if there is 6% inflation in 12 years, your money will halve because this is the inflation. This is a bad man, right? Not the good man. So 12 years back, if you had 50 lakhs in your account, then after 12 years today, that will be equivalent to 25 lakhs only. See how strategically over a long period Mr. Inflation is eating your money back. And this has a direct impact on you because your monthly budget or your annual budget will be impacted. Your retirement plans and the other goals which you have planned for, those will be impacted. If you do not take care of it, you are screwed and in trouble. In fact, there are countries like Venezuela and Zimbabwe where inflation has crossed all the limits. The prices of things are doubling every few hours or few days, and the countries are literally trying to save themselves. Price-based inflation. So petrol price, bananas or fruits. I remember when I was small, I used to get 10 rupees a dozen banana or 12 rupees a dozen banana. And then today 40-45 rupees dozen banana. But inflation is not only in price, it's also in other things. Parle G biscuit. You will say that it always used to come 5 rupees or 10 rupees. What's the difference? It's beating inflation, but that's not true. Notice that Parle G size has decreased. Earlier, there were 4 standard sizes, 250 gram, 500 gram, 750 gram and 1 kg. So now you will have packets of 800 grams, 900 grams and so forth and so on. That's the size based. The next is related to the services. The classic example for this is Amazon Prime. They are differentiating their services in terms of the amount of money you give to them. Similarly, Big Basket. Big Basket has BB Express, but again, that's a separate subscription which comes into picture. Similarly, in terms of accessories, earlier when you used to buy a mobile phone, you used to get the earphones as part of the standard accessory. You also used to get extra earbuds, screen guard. All those are removed. You will just get a basic mobile phone and nothing else. So how quality can be impacted is because, let's take the example of samosa. Now samosa guy, he does not have much scope. Just try to understand that. He cannot reduce the size of the samosa. it can be from this size maybe to this size, but he cannot make the samosa this size, right? So that's one. He cannot even change the ingredients of the samosa, so aloo, piyaz, peas, whatever he puts in that, he cannot do that as well. He cannot even increase the price of samosa. So the price earlier, which was maybe 10 rupees a samosa, he cannot make it 20 rupees one samosa or 30 rupees one samosa. That's the problem. So what he does is he compromises on the quality, and that's how he passes on the inflation view. So he'll start using a lower standard, lower quality oil. He'll reuse the oil multiple times. Instead of
heating it and using it 3-4 times, he will use it for 7-8 times. Similarly, he will start putting less filling inside the samosa.
The first is because of the cost price. So what happens is due to various political, economic, geographical and factors which are not in anyone's control, raw materials start getting costlier. So let's take the example, the oil exporting countries, they have been increasing the prices of oil and that has forced countries like India, which are dependent on importing oil, to increase the rate. Now petrol, diesel and other oil prices increase, and to transport anything from one place to another, you have to use a truck or a train or anything which consumes these oil. And if the oil prices are increasing, then the cost of transportation increases, and if transportation cost increases, then again it's the manufacturer who has to take a hit. Manufacturers will pass it on to you, and that's where the prices keep rising, and that's the inflation. That's one type of inflation. The second is the demand based inflation. There is a sudden increase in the demand, and if there is demand which is high and supply that's low, then people are willing to pay extra to get the things. So there was a time when people used to pay anything to get the face mask. Similarly, remdesivir. So that's inflation. People are increasing the price because somebody is willing to pay it. There's so much of demand. The third type of inflation is the hyperinflation, and this is very dangerous. So in hyperinflation, what happens is the government or the printing press which government owns, they keep printing excess of money.
And this excess of money, it results in the devaluation of currency. So your currency devalues and its purchasing power decreases significantly.
In fact, there are countries like Venezuela, Zimbabwe, which have hyperinflation and their currency has depreciated to a large extent. But is inflation always bad? No, it's not always bad. Let me explain you why. So consider this. If there is no inflation, or if there is reverse inflation, what will happen? The prices of things will start coming down, right? Now, suppose you are someone who wants to buy a car. Now, if there is no inflation or if there is reverse inflation, what will happen? So if a car is costing 10 lakhs today, you will know that if you wait for some time, the price of the car can come down to 9 lakhs because there is no inflation. So you will not buy it, you will wait. And then when the price comes to 9 lakhs, you will again know that it will come to 8 lakhs. You will again wait. If this is done by many people, what will happen is cars will stop selling. The manufacturers, they'll have a loss because they are producing something, they are putting in the cost for producing it, and ultimately it's not selling because people are not buying it. So companies, manufacturers will go in losses. It will be a nightmare for the system, for the economy, for the country. So negative inflation is not good. Hyperinflation is always not good. The best thing is to have Mr. Inflation in your control, to somewhere in the range of single digits. So now we have understood what inflation is, how does it impact you, what are the different type of inflation, and how negative inflation is not good. So guys, that's all from my side. I have explained you everything about Mr. Inflation. If you like this video, do remember to like, subscribe and share the channel. Until the next time, this is Nishan signing off. Bye, take care, tada.